You've probably heard the saying, prevention is better than cure. Well, in today's mental health episode, we're going to be having a look at a sense of entitlement and how this is sabotaging the future of our youth and adults as well, wreaking major mental health problems later on in their life. A big caveat before we begin. This is not about squashing or tearing down anybody's dreams, because we all have a right to live abundantly here on the planet. What the video is more focused on is those individuals that expect the abundance, prosperity, financial, housing, etc. to be provided to them by others exclusively, with no effort on their own part. A sense of entitlement is a personality trait that is based on the belief that a person deserves privileges and recognition for things that they did not earn. In simple terms, a person with a sense of entitlement believes that they are a victim and that the world and other people owe them. Someone with a sense of entitlement may badger, pester, manipulate, bully, and shame someone or the world into giving them what they want. They may come across as having loads of self-confidence, and you may even be inspired by their belief in themselves and belief in all these particular ideas that they have. But in its extreme form, a sense of entitlement can actually be linked to personality disorders such as narcissism. To summarize, and before I go on to some examples, a sense of entitlement is an unwarranted, unmerited, and inappropriate expectation of favorable financial and living conditions at the hands of others. That's the key point, at the hands of others. For example, my family worked really hard for generations, and now I don't have to work, and I can enjoy the fruits of their labour. Another example is, why work when I can just receive welfare from the government? And a final example, because this awful event happened to me way in my past, I now, in this day, deserve, a bit of this, I deserve that. And I'll take some of those actually too, please. And if you can just gift wrap the whole thing as well, that would be really appreciated. What's that? Gift wrapping's against the rules? No, I'm entitled. I'm special, so the rules don't apply to me. The truth is, we are entitled to what we earn through our own efforts and abilities. This involves a mixture of some form of action. So it could be work, it could be study, it could be a trade, a physical business, an online business. Some form of action is going to be required to draw things to you. Combining with that action, the personality traits of determination, commitment, and displaying resilience when things get tough. Someone with a sense of entitlement, unfortunately, has a deficiency in these particular qualities. As always on this channel, I'm solutions focused, so let's look at 2 suggestions for how we can help somebody rise up out of that sense of entitlement and out of that entitlement trap, and hopefully work towards self-sufficiency. The first suggestion is acceptance.
And while we're focused on some injustice that we feel that we have or are going through, we are completely stuck in this pain. And in order for us to become unstuck, there has to be a level of acceptance and responsibility that comes into play.
This is not to be mistaken with settling. The suggestion is not to look around and go, I've got to settle for this place that I live in, this amount of money that I'm earning at work that I don't enjoy, etc. It's not about settling, it's about just accepting where you are now. And that way you can move on to suggestion 2.
You must unlearn what you have learned.
An inconvenient truth is that entitled people have a weak sense of self and a low self-esteem. This is not a criticism, and it's not necessarily their fault sometimes. There's traumatic upbringings, there's all kinds of events that happen in life, but it is the person's responsibility to address what has happened, accept what they have right now, and then work towards what they would like to have. A few icebreaker questions to get that process started could be the following. One of those questions is, who is it that is telling me, or who has taught me, that I'm not good enough, that I can't go out and get the things that I'm asking others to provide? Why am I not capable of getting these things? Why should I not be able to go out and work towards a home, work towards a well-paying job, etc.? Another question that they could ask themselves is, what's more sustainable? Receiving $500 in the hand, or being able to figure out a way to consistently bring in $500 through their own efforts, talents, and abilities? I know that a lot of people say, just give me the $500 right now. But if we know anything about the laws on this planet, that person is going to eventually want more than $500. So if they're just getting $500 given to them, they're going to want more eventually. So when you're dependent on the hands of others to give you that money, that's where things can wreak havoc on your mental health, because it's going to do your head in when you're only receiving this much, but you really want this much. But by expressing your own efforts, talents, and abilities yourself, you have a greater chance of actually reaching that amount that you're after. The last question that you could ask is, do I want to become self-sufficient, or do I always want to be putting my hand out to others, such as my family, the government, my partner? Because if I choose to receive from others and not put any effort in of my own, I have to live by their rules. And as we know, entitled people don't follow the rules. So there's a big contradiction there. If you have experienced anybody with a sense of entitlement, or you've helped them rise up out of that entitlement trap, please leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear about it. If you got nothing out of this video, thumbs down. If you did get something out of this video, please give it a thumbs up. Until I see you in the next episode, I ask that you look after your mental health and keep well.